morning, everyone. My name is Colleen Light. My website is Cards by Coco, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I come to you from Southwest Washington, a small town in Southwest Washington. I'm going to bring you up on my computer here real quick. Hopefully I'll be able to make sure we're in screen. I can see some comments. I forgot to put up an announcement letting everyone know I would be going live today. So hopefully people will pop on. If not, I hope you catch the replay. And if you catch the replay on YouTube, if you could give me a thumbs up or make a comment, that is always so helpful. You can always tell my copy of the catalog, right? It's got everything I buy is always highlighted. So anyway, today we're working with this Rustic Harvest Suite. Before I show you my samples and we make a card, I just want to go through what comes in the this suite, or is it a suite? Yeah, they're calling it suite collection. I couldn't remember if they were calling it a suite or a collection. Sometimes it changes. Also remember, we're in our last few weeks of Sale-a-bration. Items have been sold out. They're gone, and new items were added. So that is just great. So in this, you get the stamp set here, which I love, love, love this stamp set. You get the dies. So I usually, when I get a die set, and I use pumpkin pie for this against the black, I usually go ahead and take my dies and I just cut one of everything and I attach it so I know exactly what they look like. Sometimes I have a hard time with just looking at the dies and figuring out how it's gonna go in for me, you know, how it'll work on the card. So I like to get a visual here. So anyway, so there's the dies. Also, what comes in this is this great, amazing Embossing Editions toolkit. So it comes with your embossing buddy, your tweezers to hold on. Thank goodness. I mean, how many of us have burned our fingers, right? Our little tweezers and a brush. And I've been using this like crazy. You get your, let me show you these leaves real quick and the gems. So I've already been in this, so you can tell, but here are our leaf labels and amber gems. I love the sparkle on these amber gems. Absolutely one of my favorites. And then you get the leaves. Look at all of these you get. They're gorgeous. So what I did is I was playing around with an embossing folder and I embossed some of mine. And you'll see what I did for the card that we're going to be making. It comes with your basic black 12 by 12. They brought back the 12 by 12 cardstock. So excited because I also do scrapbooking. And then the paper. So I cut my paper into 6 by 6. Sometimes I know when I show things on camera, it looks almost a little blurry. I think it's just too big. So let me show you how this looks. I made a card using just this cardstock. I'll show you here in a second. And this is the back side. Love it. So we have, I'm going to show you, this is all patterns. We have this one. Oh, look at all the pumpkins here. How fun. And then we have our basic patterns. Fan that out. I'm going to turn it around, black and white, which I love, black and white cards. I haven't made one yet today, but it is definitely on my list. Love a black and white card. Anyway, so that is that. And let me show you my samples, and we're going to get our card started. We're going to have some fun today. So this is the one I made just by cutting down the cardstock. I white embossed some, the hello. The hello, this is a funny story, kind of, but not really. Anyway, the hello came from another stamp set because my hello just vanished. I spent moments and moments and minutes looking for it. Couldn't find it anywhere. Found it this morning. There it was, sitting on a shelf. So anyway, this is why that's a different hello. But look at how cute this is, how it opens up. This is another one I made. And it opens this way. And this is the one we are making today. It comes together so remarkably easy. This is what the inside looks like. And I know we're in August and everyone's like, oh, Christmas in July and now fall cards. But you know, I am doing for the first time ever, some craft bazaars this year. So that is pretty exciting for me. And I have to tell you that I really excited about it, but I need to get busy. I need to get busy. So let me find everything I have cut out and we will get busy. I want to show you the Timber 3D embossing folder. We'll be using that today. And I cannot wait to show you how wonderful that is. And that is this is one of the things that was added to Sale-a-bration. And I'm sorry, I can't remember it's with a $50 or $100 order. I am so sorry. I meant to look that up right before we came on and I forgot. But I will make a notation in my blog post so that'll let you know. So let's go ahead and get started with our card today. So I cut this piece. This is Cajun Craze. And I cut this at 5.5 by 8.5, and I scored it at 4 1/4. Don't worry, I'm gonna blurb out the dimensions, but don't worry about writing them down because I will have it all on my blog. And there's a good chance I will say something wrong. So at least last week I had wanted to do a Christmas card and I didn't because I have to tell you that it was like 100 degrees here. Today is overcast in Washington and raining, and you just never know what could happen here in the state of Washington. Cut 2 Very Vanilla. I went with Very Vanilla. I thought the white looked a little stark against the Cajun Craze. So cut 2 of these at 4 inches by 5 1/4. One is our inside panel. The other one I'm going to show you how we're using our embossing folder. Sorry, and this wiggles everywhere, doesn't it? I should try and set it down. Here, let's just move this out of the way. Y'all know it's Cards by Coco. Y'all know my website. And if you don't, it's easy to find. So let's get the wiggly thing out of the way. This piece here, I cut out of that beautiful designer series paper. And this is 1.5 inches by 5 1/4. I'm going to show you how we're going to layer that here. I went ahead and did some die cutting. We're going to do a little bit together, but for the most part, I just stamped with Early Espresso on a piece of Cajun Craze and pumpkin pie. And I used the pumpkin die. You know, sometimes it just, you don't all want to just stay around forever and watch me do die cuts. So this is how it goes. I just stamped on my cardstock and then I used my die there. I also used all these curly Q things. So what do you call those? Like the little curly Q dies. These ones here. I used all the curly Q ones for our little stems, or even when I'm looking outside, I call them curly Q's, so don't ask me. If you're a pumpkin person or it comes to your mind today, just leave me a note and let me know what those actually are. So let me show you how easy this actually comes together. It looks like a really fussy card, but it's not. So I am going to take my cut and emboss machine here because I want you to see how easy this is using the Timber 3D embossing folder. So if you haven't seen, sorry, I've got my little things here, my little tapes that I use over and over and over again. It always comes with your sandwich here. So we're going to use plate 1. We're going to put down our embossing folder. We're going to slip a piece of Very Vanilla in there. Close this up, and then I'm going to use plate number 4. You want this to go through with your folded edge. So let me see. Let me move this out of the way real quick. So your folded edge goes in first. And then it just goes in easy peasy, just like this. Just not a, oh, sorry, I'm probably shaking you. Hope you're not getting seasick today. Anyway, so it's just that easy. We'll be bringing that back to do one die cut. But look at this, and look at how great that wood grain gives such a definition to it. You could take your ink pad if you wanted a more woodsy look, and you could, I guess you could do like a crumb cake or some type of color if you wanted to make this look more wood grainy. You could use the color of your choice. I am not going to do that because this is a somewhat layered card, so I don't want to do that. So this, we're just going to start assembling. I'm going to put some glue on this, and I think you could get away. Oh, I don't know why that big clump came out like that. See, I was looking over at my computer and not paying attention to what I was doing. So this looks like a lot of glue, and it is. But I want a little bit more glue because this, sorry, I was looking for something. This actually has the grain in it, and I want to make sure that that glue sets in all those grooves so this stays put. There we go, nice and even. Look at that. How pretty is that? So what I was looking for when I stepped away for a minute was my silicone mat, because the silicone, this little silicone sheet here, you can see I'm just rubbing off the old glue that's dried. Adhesive doesn't stick to it, and I want to put some of those little curly-cue things on my pumpkins before I put them down. So I'm going to take them out. Let me see here. There's 1, 2, and I have 3. Okay, there we go. And take them out here. And I am going to you can see, I'm going to put this long one up behind here. I kind of like how this poked up, but I want to do it so this part sits in the front here. So like that. So I'm going to I'm going to leave the length on it, even though I don't need all of the length. I'm going to set it down here, and I'm just going to put a dot of glue here. So for those of you who've been following and know that we have this 6-month-old yellow lab puppy, she just had her 3rd puppy school class. So that has been great fun, and she's doing remarkably well. So I'm pretty happy with that. So this one, I want to because I want it to set up a little bit more on the, let me see, do I want to use this one? Kind of want to give it the look. No, I do want this one. So kind of looks really, let's see here. Oh, that's the way I want it, just like that. Just fiddle around with it. It is kind of fiddly. It is fiddly, so just fiddle around with it until you get it how you like it. Now I'm going to get a little glue on my fingers, and that's okay because I always wear sweatpants or some old clothes when I'm stamping, and I'm literally just going to rub it off on that. So there's one, and I'm going to set it up here on my silicone mat because I know it's going to lift up easy. You know what? I think I just want to put a little bit of glue right here. You don't have to. It's okay if you don't, but I want that to set down a little bit more. So I'm just going to take whatever I have on the side of my bottle here and just squish it down there. So there's one, and then we're going to take this one, which I decided I wanted to come down like this. So I need to figure out how I want to do that. I think I wanted to go, yep, just like that. So I'm going to put a little glue right here. Again, this is the fiddly part. If you don't want to use your fingers, just use your bone folder. It's okay. And then you can wipe this off on a paper towel or on a baby wipe, whatever you have your, you can just do that. And again, I always have a little bit left just on the side, and I'm going to just press this here like that. Okay, look at that. So that's the easy part. Now let's do a little bit of stamping because I have got to show you that banner folder. It is amazing. I absolutely love it. Not the banner folder, for heaven's sakes, the banner stamp. I think my brain is still on the embossing. So this is this fabulous wishing you the loveliest day banner. Absolutely love it. Let me get my block and I think I'm going to use the early espresso. I'm really just staying with a couple of colors here. Let's see, I'm not doing a lot of fussiness here. Let me grab a scrap of Very Vanilla. That is the one thing I forgot to grab. It is right behind me, so it'll be easy. And we're going to go ahead and just tap, tap, tap. Remember, we don't want, and you can see I didn't get that on completely even, my sticker, but that's okay because we're going to be die cutting this. Isn't this just a gorgeous stamp? I absolutely love it. Now I'm going to take my die. I'll clean that stamp off real quick and then grab my die. I like to remove the darker inks right away. So I have oh, let me move that off the table. My goodness. My chamois over here. Let's get that done. Now let me grab the die. And I do tack mine down a little bit. I have a tendency to kind of jostle my things around a little bit. So this is where that tape on the side of my, I just use this low tack painter's tape, and I use it so many times it doesn't really end up sticking to cardstock after the first couple of times. Let's see here. Sorry, trying not to get my head in, which my hair's kind of a hot mess this morning, so not getting my head in would be okay. I'm going to grab my little cut and emboss machine. Hopefully that'll cut down on the movement for you. So this is the mini. Oh, let's put it in the right way. This is the mini cut and emboss. And I'm going to go ahead and set it on my silicone mat. It does help keep it in place. It's a lighter weight machine, and it does help keep it in place. So let's go ahead and put this through. So I'd love to hear in your comments what you all have been working on. I know it's so hard to get these fall cards done, but you know, it's all going to sneak up on us before we know it. You know, we're already in this first week of August. Look at how fabulous this is. Let me show you how easy this card comes together. All right, let me get my dimensionals. I've got minis and I've got the big ones here. Oh, and I think I'm going to start by gluing this one down. I wanted one of them flat, so I'm going to glue this one down. I don't need this anymore. You should see this table when I am done. Oh my gosh, talk about a mess. It really is just, I've got stuff all over the place. All right, so let's do this. And we are going to set this one right here. Not too worried about grounding the pumpkins because I kind of felt like this strip behind here did that. So I don't feel like I need a bunch of ribbon or shading underneath. I felt as though this more or less grounded those pumpkins for me. Let me know what you think though. I just think this turned out to be such a pretty card. Like I said, I'm getting ready to do some craft shows. So Sale-a-bration is a great time to order your sweet collections because it's a great way to earn those rewards. Okay, I'm going to move this one. I think I want to lift this frond up. Maybe is it a frond? Let's lift this up a little bit here, and I'm going to have it spill over onto that one. Oh, how cute is that? Isn't that cute? And I'll just tack that one down. So cute. And then we're going to put this one here. Our sentiment up here. So anyway, back to Sale-a-bration. And if you want a sweet collection and you already have the Sale-a-bration and you're not a demonstrator, don't forget you can pick out $125 of product for $99 with free shipping and that planner only during Sale-a-bration. Not the $99 for $125, but the planner and everything that comes with is only available through Sale-a-bration. All right, let's finish off this card, huh? Should we do a little bit more stamping on the inside maybe? And then I will show you how easy this all looks and comes together and how pretty it is. So I have lots of ideas for this set. I'm going to use this little, actually I've used this little one a bunch. Let's use the bigger one here. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do in the corner. Once again, staying with the same color. I'm going to use Early Espresso. And I am going to tap, tap, tap. And I'm just going to put this in the corners here. Look at that. Just putting that in the corners. This just adds that little bit extra. That's so pretty. I love it. I just love it, love it, love it. Okay, so now we're going to tack this piece down here. And again, I'm going to use the liquid glue, the multi-purpose glue, just because this has the grooves in it, because I use that timber embossing folder. And I wanted to make sure that this adheres well. And again, that timber embossing folder was just added to Sale-a-bration. I think I mentioned I had ordered mine prior to, just because I love a wood grained embossing folder. I just love it. See how pretty that looks? Let's get out those gems and finish this front. So this is that amber gem combo pack with our leaves and our gems. And I wish I could get this to sparkle the way I want. I'm hoping you can see the sparkle. I love amber anything. So for me, this is just, these gems are just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. There we go. And then I'm going to put this one here. I like to do things in a triangle. You should do yours however you like it though. There's that. And I'm going to put this on the inside here. I will use my tape runner for that. The Stampin' seal. And just go like this. Oops, my goodness. So mine's almost to the end, which means it's going to give me a fit. And I'm just going to have to start it with my thumb a little bit. So there we go there. And now you're going to line up 3 of your borders there. Just line up 3 of them. Make sure you have everything even. Give it a little look before you press. Oh, there you go. Look at that. And here is today's card. Just that easy. Isn't it pretty? Oops. So you can see this frond I did a little bit going the other direction. This time I leaned it over. I kind of like it more this way, but this is the way it laid and I think it looks perfectly fine. So here are your 2 cards here. And then I had the other samples that I showed you, which oh, here they are. Let me just reach over here and grab, and here's one here. And the other one's somewhere on my desk, and I will have all of these posted for you. You'll see them pop up on my page here and there throughout the next week, and I'm just going to continue to get busy with the set. I really, really like this one. So I hope you have a fabulous day. Hi, Wendy. I hope you have a fabulous day and a fabulous weekend, and you are enjoying your summer. Thanks so much for joining me.